Have you ever been told to just take this pill every day? It sounds simple. A tiny tablet that promises to control your heart, your pressure, or your pain. But after 60, not all medications work the same way anymore. In fact, one of the most common pills taken by seniors might be quietly weakening your heart. And millions of people have no idea they're at risk until it's too late. This isn't about scaring you. It's about protecting your health with real information. Some medications that were safe at 40 or 50 can turn dangerous after 60 because your body changes. Circulation slows, side effects increase, and your heart becomes more sensitive. One routine pill may now increase your risk of fatigue, dizziness, and even heart failure. And sadly, many doctors don't talk about this soon enough. After 60, your kidneys and liver process medicine more slowly. This means a normal dose could build up in your body and overwhelm your heart. Even a mild drug can cause serious stress when taken daily over time, especially when it interacts with other prescriptions, which is common in older adults. That's why knowing what to avoid and what to replace is so important. Today, I'll show you 6 common medications or habits that may be weakening your heart. Some might be sitting in your bathroom cabinet right now. Others could be affecting your blood pressure or your energy, and you don't even know it. But the good news is, there are safe alternatives and smarter ways to manage your health. Stick with me to the end so you can make confident, informed choices starting today. Beta blockers, used without reassessment. Beta blockers are one of the most commonly prescribed medications for high blood pressure and heart rhythm issues. They work by slowing down your heart rate, reducing the workload on the heart. In younger patients, they often provide good results. But for people over 60, especially those with weaker circulation, beta blockers can sometimes do more harm than good. The effect is subtle, but it builds over time. After 60, your heart naturally beats slower and your metabolism slows down. When beta blockers are added on top, they can cause your heart to beat too slowly. This may lead to fatigue, cold hands and feet, or even dizziness when standing up. In some cases, they can lower blood pressure so much that it affects how oxygen reaches the brain and muscles. That's when weakness and confusion may start to appear. What's even more dangerous is that many seniors stay on beta blockers for years without proper reevaluation. The dosage that worked 10 years ago may now be too strong. And because symptoms appear gradually, it's easy to blame aging instead of the medication. But your heart might be sending you warning signs that you're missing. All from a pill you were told was routine. If you're currently taking a beta blocker and feel tired all the time, don't stop on your own, but do talk to your doctor. Ask if your dose is still appropriate for your current age, weight, and overall condition. In many cases, a lower dose or alternative medication can restore your energy and heart rhythm safely. You deserve care that evolves with your body, not just a prescription on autopilot. Dorothy, a 71-year-old from Ohio, had been on beta blockers for over a decade. She noticed she couldn't walk up the stairs without resting, and her hands were always cold. Her new cardiologist reviewed her dose and reduced it by half. Within 2 weeks, Dorothy felt more alert, stronger, and said she got her legs back. Beta blockers can be life-saving, but only when properly managed. As your body changes, so must your treatment. Don't let an outdated prescription quietly drain your heart's strength. The first step is awareness. The next is taking action with your doctor by your side. NSAIDs, pain relievers like ibuprofen. Pain is part of life after 60. Joint stiffness, backaches, and muscle soreness happen more often. Many seniors turn to over-the-counter pain relievers like ibuprofen or naproxen, known as NSAIDs. They're easy to get and seem harmless when taken occasionally. But when used daily or long-term, especially after 60, these pills can put dangerous stress on your heart. Most people don't know the risks until damage is already done. NSAIDs work by reducing inflammation, which helps relieve pain. But they also affect the lining of blood vessels and can increase blood pressure. That raises the workload on your heart, making it beat harder to push blood through narrowed arteries. For someone with even mild heart problems, this extra strain can lead to serious consequences. Shortness of breath, irregular heartbeat, or even heart failure can follow. These medications can also affect kidney function, and when the kidneys slow down, fluid builds up in the body, especially in the legs and around the heart. That swelling can be mistaken for weight gain or poor circulation, but in reality, it's a sign your heart is working overtime, and it may all be triggered by the daily use of a simple pain reliever. If you're taking NSAIDs more than 2 or 3 times a week, it's time to reevaluate. There are safer options for seniors, including certain topical creams, physical therapy, or guided movement routines. Even switching to acetaminophen, in moderation, may be safer for your heart. And always keep your doctor informed about any over-the-counter meds you use regularly. Sam, a retired firefighter from Arizona, took ibuprofen every day for knee pain, but he started noticing swelling in his ankles and breathlessness during walks. His doctor connected the dots and switched him to a safer plan that included stretching, heat therapy, and rest. Within weeks, the swelling reduced and his energy improved. Pain relief matters, but not at the cost of your heart. If you're using NSAIDs daily, you might be trading short-term comfort for long-term damage. Know your options. Your heart deserves protection, even while managing pain. Antacids with aluminum heartburn is incredibly common after 60. Our digestion slows, and acid reflux becomes more frequent. That's why many seniors reach for antacids. Quick, simple relief from burning or bloating. But certain antacids, especially those containing aluminum, can be dangerous if used often. What seems like a harmless chewable tablet may be quietly weakening your heart over time. Aluminum-based antacids interfere with how your body absorbs important minerals, especially magnesium. Magnesium is essential for proper heart rhythm, blood pressure control, and muscle function. When magnesium drops too low, your heart may start skipping beats or beating too slowly. You might feel tired, lightheaded, or experience leg cramps without knowing why. And the longer you take these antacids, the worse it can get. Another problem is that aluminum can accumulate in the body, especially when kidney function declines, which is common with age. Too much aluminum has been linked to muscle weakness, memory problems, and even toxicity in severe cases. And if you're already taking other medications, the risk of interactions increases. All this from a tablet you might be taking every night without thinking twice. If you take antacids regularly, check the label. Look for ingredients like aluminum hydroxide or aluminum phosphate. Safer alternatives include calcium-based antacids or natural methods like ginger tea, smaller meals, and avoiding food close to bedtime. Always talk to your doctor before making changes, especially if you're also on blood pressure or heart medications. Maria from San Antonio had been taking aluminum antacids for years to help her reflux, but she started experiencing irregular heartbeat and deep fatigue. Her doctor discovered her magnesium levels were dangerously low. After switching to calcium-based options and adjusting her diet, her energy returned and her heart rhythm stabilized. Relief shouldn't come at the cost of your heart. What you take to soothe your stomach could be stealing your strength. After 60, even small habits matter. Choose carefully, and your heart will thank you. Have you ever taken one of these medications without knowing the risks? Did any of today's tips surprise you so far? Tell me in the comments. I'd love to hear your story. Your experience might help someone else make a smarter, safer choice. Now let's move on to the next pill that could be quietly harming your heart. Sleep medications, benzodiazepines. Sleep becomes more difficult for many people after 60. Trouble falling asleep, waking up often, or feeling unrested in the morning is very common. That's why doctors often prescribe sleep aids, especially medications like benzodiazepines, such as lorazepam or temazepam. But these drugs, while effective short-term, carry serious risks for seniors, especially for your heart and overall energy levels. Benzodiazepines work by slowing down the central nervous system. This can help you fall asleep faster, but it also lowers heart rate and blood pressure too much in some cases. For an older adult with reduced circulation, this can lead to dizziness, irregular heart rhythm, or feeling faint during the day. It also raises the risk of falls and confusion, both dangerous outcomes after 60. Even more concerning is that these medications are often used long-term, even though they were designed for short-term relief. Over time, the body becomes dependent, and stopping suddenly can trigger withdrawal and rebound insomnia. This cycle can leave your heart and nervous system in constant stress. A tired heart is a vulnerable heart, especially when pushed day after day by medications like these. There are safer alternatives: natural sleep routines, magnesium-rich foods, herbal teas like chamomile, and even certain breathing exercises have shown real results. If you do take sleep meds, talk to your doctor about tapering off slowly and replacing them with gentler options. Your body can relearn how to rest without putting your heart at risk. Elaine, a 68-year-old from Portland, was taking sleep medication every night for over 2 years. She started feeling her heart flutter in the mornings and needed a nap by noon. Her doctor helped her slowly transition to melatonin and lifestyle changes. Within a month, her heart rhythm stabilized and her mornings felt clear again. A good night's sleep matters, but not at the cost of your heart strength. After 60, your sleep needs change, and so should your approach. With the right support, you can rest deeply and wake up energized. No prescription needed. Calcium channel blockers, without monitoring. Calcium channel blockers are often prescribed to control high blood pressure and certain heart conditions. They help relax blood vessels, making it easier for the heart to pump. But for adults over 60, these medications can have unexpected side effects, especially when taken for long periods without proper monitoring. What starts as heart protection may slowly turn into a hidden risk. One major issue is swelling, especially in the legs, ankles, and feet. This happens because calcium channel blockers can widen small blood vessels too much, leading to fluid buildup. For seniors, that swelling may go unnoticed or be mistaken for weight gain, but it's actually a sign that your heart is struggling to move fluid efficiently. Left unchecked, it can lead to fatigue and shortness of breath. Another concern is that these drugs may interfere with your body's natural heart rhythm. In some people, the heart begins beating too slowly or irregularly. Others may feel faint, especially when standing up or walking too fast. Over time, this instability can raise the risk of falls, or even heart failure. The effects don't always show up right away, which makes them harder to catch. Here's the alert. If you're taking a calcium channel blocker and notice swelling, fatigue, or dizziness, do not ignore it. These may be signs your dose is too high, or that your body no longer tolerates the drug well. Doctors often prescribe these pills and leave the dosage unchanged for years. But after 60, your body demands more careful adjustments. Terrence, a 73-year-old in Atlanta, had been on a calcium channel blocker for over 5 years. He began feeling breathless and noticed his shoes were tighter by evening. His doctor adjusted the medication and added a mild diuretic. Within days, the swelling reduced and his walking pace improved. Medications can help or harm, depending on how they're used. If your blood pressure pill is causing new symptoms, don't assume it's just aging. Speak up. The sooner you act, the better your heart and your legs will feel. Decongestants, hidden in cold and allergy meds. When you're battling a cold or allergies, it's natural to reach for relief. Many over-the-counter medications promise fast results, especially decongestants like pseudoephedrine. But for seniors, these hidden ingredients can come at a cost. They constrict blood vessels to clear your nose, but that same action raises blood pressure and stresses the heart, and most people don't even realize they're taking them. Decongestants are often combined with other ingredients in cold and flu products. You might be reaching for something to help with a runny nose, but unknowingly straining your heart. For someone over 60, especially with existing heart concerns, this added pressure can trigger palpitations, chest tightness, or fatigue. It's a silent risk packed into an everyday remedy. The real danger is how subtle the effects can be. You may just feel off, a little more tired, or more irritable. But inside, your heart is working harder to keep up with the sudden spike in pressure. If you're also on blood pressure meds, this can cause dangerous interactions, and the risk multiplies when taken multiple days in a row. The solution? Read every label carefully, especially on combination cold, flu, and allergy medications. Look out for ingredients like pseudoephedrine or phenylephrine. If you need congestion relief, consider nasal rinses, steam inhalation, or saline sprays instead. They're gentler, safer, and don't tax your cardiovascular system. Barbara, a 70-year-old in Boston, used to take cold medicine at the first sign of a sniffle. But one day, after a dose, she felt her heart racing while just sitting down. Her doctor reviewed her meds and helped her find natural ways to manage sinus pressure. Now she handles colds without risking her heart stability. You don't need to fear every medicine, but you do need to understand what's inside. Hidden ingredients can affect your heart in ways you never expected. After 60, even simple choices matter more. The right knowledge leads to safer, stronger days ahead. The medications we trust can help us, but only when they're used with care and up-to-date knowledge. After 60, your body changes, and so should your prescriptions. What worked 10 years ago may now be putting strain on your heart, your energy, or your balance. The good news is, you have options, and with the right guidance, you can protect your heart and feel stronger every day. Your body is wiser than you think. Even now, it can heal, adapt, and improve, if you give it the right support. Paying attention to how you feel, asking the right questions, and working with a doctor who listens can change everything. You're not stuck. You're in charge. And your vitality doesn't end just because you've reached a certain age. If this video helped you, give it a like, leave a comment, or share it with someone you care about. You never know who might need this message right now. Let's spread clarity, confidence, and health, one choice at a time. Stay well, and I'll see you in the next video.